So, this week, I actually want to talk to you guys about mindset and mental health and what I've been doing um, specifically in regards to my lifestyle. It's a much larger subject that I'd like to expand on. So, I'm actually going to be offering an event in the coming weeks. I will have a link so that you can join that event. There will be a recording, so you'll make sure you want to register if you can't come live. But I wanted to talk about one of the first things that I did was um, you can't think of your own mental health as something that's selfish. So when you're shifting that focus of taking care of yourself, you need to remember that maybe you were coming from a place where you weren't normally taking care of yourself. So it will actually probably feel selfish at first. And you just need to remember that all you're doing is you're shifting focus between yourself and your other priorities. I think it's really important that we use our emotional health oils. We have a lot of great mindset oils. Transformation and Believe come to mind as two of my favorites. I'll have a whole list in the class. And then something that has been huge for me lately is that we need to actually listen to the stories that we're telling ourselves. So much of what our brain believes is true is actually not true. And as a result, we go through these periods where we're believing our thoughts as though they were actual fact and they're not. And so I think for mental health, it's actually really important that we sit down, maybe even journal, but like think about what we're actually telling ourselves. And is it true? Is it factual? Or is it just a story that we believe is true and we've like based our entire lives on this story? That's actually something that I had to work through when I started my weight loss journey and I'm continuing it now. I had to really think about like, am I actually, am I not losing weight because I believe this lie? I've told myself that I'm not capable of doing it. I'm not motivated enough. Or is it just that I needed to utilize better tools in handling it? And now I've actually shifted to this idea of I'm struggling with the idea of continuing to lose. I'm midway through my journey. And I find myself telling myself that, like, well, like you can't lose anymore. And that's a lie. It's not the truth, but I'm choosing to believe it. So I think it's very important that we tune into ourselves and actually listen to what we're telling ourselves. And then the last thing, I really am going to talk about AFT in the event that we have coming up, but I did want to just tell you there is an emotional releasing oil that you can create at home through the Aroma Freedom technique. And you're just going to take equal parts of lavender, stress away, and frankincense. You're going to put them in a separate, like in a bottle together. And you'll want to, I recommend doing it like a day before you plan to use it, just letting it sit. And then you're going to put like 2 or 3 drops in your hands and you're going to cup them over your nose and you're going to inhale that oil as you work through like an emotional obstacle. It actually helps dissolve bad, like negative emotions. So that's one thing that I have found really helpful in my when I reach a bump in the road is to get that oil out and just think about like what is the obstacle right now that I'm trying to get over? Like is there a memory there that I need to work on dissolving because it made me like I believed in something um and that's not real. So that oil blend is really powerful. I would suggest actually if you can just getting a bottle of that and start utilizing that because it just I don't know how to describe it, but it just takes a memory and dissolves it. It's amazing. I'll talk to you later.